This house is a house that was redone in the mid to early 2000s. It's multiple levels, and it's almost two houses in one. You have an old house and a new house, and then they're connected by hallways. Lots and lots of hallways.
We bought the original house in 1988. We thought it was going to be our starter house. We fell in love with the neighborhood, and when the adjacent lot to our house went on the market, I snatched it up, and I talked to my dad, Donald Wexler, a well-known mid-century modernist architect, and asked him about his thoughts about expanding and adding on to the house. And he thought it was a great idea, and we went for it. I am a photographer and a director. I'm doing music videos and commercials, and working to push my first feature film off the ground as well. What we built was my ultimate fantasy for a live, work, entertainment type space.
The outdoor space is really amazing, and you don't get that a lot in the hills. We did a lap pool. Our jacuzzi has the beautiful view of the mountains. The waterfall, I love the sound of the water during the day.
We have a beautiful fire pit as well.
I often use the phrase white elephant. And in real estate terms, it means having something that sticks out of the crowd that is not the norm. It could mean style, it could mean architecture, it could mean price. In Glenn's case, it means all of the above. This house has no live workflow. You can see the architectural touches with the huge scale and windows, but right now, it just feels like a swanky Kinko's. This is the biggest, most ground room in your house.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And there's no furniture at all.
Yeah.
And that's tough.
Yeah.
The challenge that I was having is if you're not in the creative space, then you just eliminated probably 80% of your buyer pool on this house. And so maybe this needs to be curated in a way that's workspace slash a little bit more of a living room. But let's keep going. Let's keep looking. The Wexler house is not going to be easy to sell. Any criticism, and Glenn shuts down. If we can't get our vision through to the Wexlers, this house will be on the market for another 400 days. We have some challenges. Let's start with the fact that you spent all this money and time and energy to build this gorgeous new space. And then you have the old space that wasn't that touched. So we think a very easy solution would be to paint it the same color as these walls.
I knew you were gonna say that.
With all due respect, the house felt disjointed. I was like, oh, I went from this gorgeous white, new modern into red and pink and blue and yellow and smaller rooms. And I was like, what is going on?
Well, not exactly.
Color is a very simple way to connect all the spaces. Glenn's an artist. He should understand that on some level.
We pushed back against the idea before because it was a very generic approach. This house isn't generic.
It's anything but generic. Glenn says he doesn't like generic, and I agree with him. We need to neutralize the space. I want luxe, I want brass, I want woods, I want glamour. Probably gonna cost around 20 to stage.
I think so.
Are you okay with that?
As long as it's not generic,
We're open to it.
Absolutely.
Got it.
That's great.
It's probably time for a price reduction. We would like to bring this down probably to $4,150,000. I think that would be the best way to get this sold in the shortest amount of time.
Yeah. Yeah, but at the same time, that doesn't quite get us the value that we believe we have in the house.
Let me give you a couple warnings, and then you make your own decisions. We believe the markets are going down, and we're not immune to market conditions.
What if we lower the price $250,000?
So that would bring us
That would bring us to 4,245.
Are you okay with that? Since this house is difficult to sell, we really need to be perfect in our staging so that we can increase our buyer pool. There's a giant, flesh-colored pterodactyl in the living room. There was nothing Hollywood, glamorous, sexy, or new about it. I would like to see something organic or glass or brass to give you a Hollywood,
I like that.
elegant mojo.
Glenn
is actually using the space as a working studio?
Glenn needs to understand right
Okay.
now that we have a job to do.
Okay.
And the job is to sell his
I get it.
expensive house
Yeah.
and not his art.
I love this moment now. Kind of a nice seating area. How do you feel about it?
I don't like it.
You don't? What don't you like about it?
Doesn't give me the sense of Hollywood glamour or modern living that I was looking for.
Okay, let's keep going. I want to take you upstairs to the loft space. Now, originally this was Glenn's sort of office desk.
Okay.
And now I feel like this can be a creative space while that area still is.
I absolutely do not like what she's done here. I almost liked it before better.
Really?
I think she has completely missed the boat. This couch is the same theoretical couch that she had at the landing. I think this pillow is an old lady pillow. I think that we are on a projection for what I'm gonna call a total fail.
Hey,
I am critiquing your work.
I can hear you. It's lingering down there.
I think you're normally great at what you do. I really don't think we did good on this.
But you're also taking into consideration that we are working with the homeowners who have a big say. We could pull this sectional back a little bit.
The couch is specifically spaced because it's a home theater.
Yeah.
And so we move it back and we lose the whole point of having a home theater in here.
We had talked about it being somewhat of a collaborative process.
Let's make it less collaborative.
Okay.
And more sales oriented.
Gotcha.
Let me be frank with you. Everyone is tiptoeing around the Wexlers. They are very sensitive and they have micromanaged this situation. It's utterly frustrating. What do you think of the pre-stage? Meaning,
It's a lot of stuff.
do you like it? Do you not like it?
Some of it we are really happy with.
Yeah, we think Lisa's amazing. She's had some great ideas. She made some really good choices, and yeah.
I hate it. I hate everything she did. I think that the house looked better unstaged. I think that we missed the boat completely. And at this point, and this is not against her, but I was very disappointed with where we are today. There was nothing that this lovely lady did in this house that was luxe. She had said that some of the design decisions were made based on your input as well as your lifestyle. Was that?
Well, that's true, yeah. We live and work here.
I understand.
And I felt what Lisa came in and did, she gave it a little bit of personality. It wasn't stuff that feels expected, and that part I really appreciated. I'm actually kind of surprised that you hate it so much.
I know exactly why Glenn likes the staging, because he got involved. But he's not the buyer, nor the listing agent, and I have to change the situation. What I would like to do is get you guys out of her hair, get you on vacation to Palm Springs, let her do her job uninterrupted, and we all come back together and make the edits that we feel are necessary.
Okay. No, we're open.
The new living rooms.
It's a proper living room now.
It's
Like you walk in, you're like, this is where we hang out.
Yeah.
They textured it, so there's some brass on the chairs.
It's different for me because this was designed as the ultimate photo studio, which is no longer functional as a photo studio.
Glenn's office stage was gorgeous. It was a vast improvement. What do you guys think?
I love it.
For me, my desk that was there with this really great bird nest type of view is now in the corner.
To be sincere, I never saw that view from this room, ever, because all I saw was your work stuff. So this room, and I hope you don't take offense to this when I walked in, felt like a garage sale because you had so much different furniture. Now, I think this room looks great. So this area, for me, was very problematic. Now your house has a formal dining area. What do you think of it?
It's a subjective thing.
I will say that this room that we're in right now feels like a spacious dining room.
Glenn and Tammy seemed unimpressed. I like it when my clients like what we do, so I do take it to heart a little, but my ultimate goal is to sell their house. Guys, thank you. We'll see you real soon.